قال الله تعالى في كتابه الحكيم وقوله الحق بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيتها النفس المطمئنة ارجعي إلى ربك راضية مرضية فادخلي في عبادي وادخلي جنتي. Recite salawat. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. These are the important dates of Mohurram. As in here, we are discussing about the attribute of the person who can get to the paradise, or his type of deeds he is supposed to perform, which give him ability to become successful in hereafter. He can get into paradise. Recite salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. So, as I told you yesterday, what we discussed, shall I conclude or give you a brief summary in the beginning? So, when I conclude, inshallah, you understand how they are linked together. Yesterday, I talked about why Imam Hussain is the door of paradise, right? And I gave you several reasons to believe in. Allah created the heaven and hell, and also Allah explained the qualities of the good people who can get into the paradise. And I gave you several reasons to believe why Imam Hassan and Imam Hussain are the chief of youth of paradise. If you believe in their imamat, if you believe in their like khilafat or their vicegerency of the Prophet, we can live under their supervision in the paradise. That is the main concept, and I gave you several also good reasons and story to believe Allah created the heaven and hell, and reasons that Allah sent the cloth from heaven for Imam Hussain and Imam Hassan. That was one thing. Number two, the cloth also came for Bibi Fatima Zahra Salamullah Alaiha. There must be some place where these things came from to show the link of Ahlul Bayt to the paradise. Recite salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. For the same thing, I have to go continue and tell you some more thing about it. And as you know, this one more incident happened at the time of Imam Hassan and Imam Hussain when they were very young child, right? And at the time they were fell sick. So when they fell sick, as Jibreel came, they conveyed the message to the Prophet, and they said, if you fast for 3 days, you do the vow of mannat. If Imam Hassan and Imam Hussain get cured, then you're going to fast for 3 days. And they did that thing. They accepted that thing. They did the nazr. And after the cure of Imam Hassan and Imam Hussain, they start fasting. The first day they fast, right? They completed their fast and they try to open their fast. Immediately while they are opening their fast, someone knocked on their door. And they opened the door, they found a person is standing, a child is standing. He said, I am orphan, I am hungry, I need food. So as soon as they say, I need food, Prophet stood up and he gave food to the orphan. But the same thing Imam Ali did. Imam Ali also gave his bread to the orphan. Then Bibi Fatima did same thing. And after Imam Hussain, the last person in the house was Hazrat Fizza. She was the maid servant of Bibi Fatima, and she gave her bread to the orphan too. And they just opened their fast with the water because they have to go fast for 3 days. They have nothing else at the home, so they remain hungry, and next day they start fasting again. Whole day they were fasting. In the night Imam Ali worked and they brought some barleys. They cooked again 6 breads and they are ready to eat. Before they eat or open their fast, someone opened their door. And when they open the door, you see another person standing. He say, first one says, I am yatim, means I am orphan. Second say, I am a captive, I am asir. And I am hungry, I need food. The same thing happened. Whatever they done yesterday, they did today too. They gave everything. One by one, everyone gave their food to the person he is standing at the door. And they again opened their fast with the water and waiting for next day to fast. Third day, we then fast again, and they have same type of 5 breads they are waiting to eat. But again, someone knock on the door. When door is open, what they found? They found there was another person standing. He's saying, I'm miskeen, very much poor person. I need help. I'm hungry. And then again, the Prophet gave the food, and Imam Ali, Imam Hussain, Fatima, Imam Hussain, Imam Hussain, last as the Fizza gave her food too. And they all were open their fast with the water. 3 days they were hungry. They were opening their fast with the water. But they're giving for sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. While they're giving their food for sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah accepted. There was no regular person who were coming at their door to ask for help. They were tests from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah sending angels to go there and ask for food and see how Ahlul Bayt are treating the yatim, asir and miskeen, means orphan, a needy person, poor person, and also like the captive, how they're treating them. Recite salawat loudly, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Recite one more loud salawat. If you recite loud salawat, they're going to pass by. Please recite loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Recite loud salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Come back to the Majalis, inshallah, because if you recite loud salawat, you can focus on me and we can continue destroy again. So, recite one more loud salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. So, third day, they opened their fast with the water and they were remaining hungry. In the morning, Prophet came to their house. He said there was a revelation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah revealed the whole Surah Halata for them. Allah says, you gave your food for sake of Allah, for love of Allah. You're not giving for sake of yourself. So Allah accepts only your deeds if you perform for sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you perform your deeds for any other reason, you're not going to get benefit out of that. So that's first thing you have to remember. When you perform any task for sake of Allah, that task is going to beneficial for you in hereafter. We have sometime intention to work for many people together, right? We want to do something, we get benefit from. You see, if I want to pray my namaz, I get appreciation from my father and a treat from my mother. So actually you are praying for your father, mother and Allah. That thing is not acceptable. Only things are acceptable when you perform for just for sake of Allah. You are not seeking any reward from anyone. That type of deeds are acceptable. That's Allah declaring in this surah. Ahlul Bayt work for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They done all their action for sake of Allah. They have no worldly intention for their work, for any task they perform or any deed they perform. They're performing just for sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This one lesson we learn from Ahlul Bayt to follow the things. As soon as you see, so the bread took by, or like the received by the angels, and they took that bread to the heaven. Yesterday we are discussing the thing came from the heaven for the Ahlul Bayt. Today things was reverse. Their food was going to the heaven. You see, that is like the position of Ahlul Bayt. Allah is accepting their things as a respect, as a reward, showing their higher status to the people. No one, you see, we always lie. Recite salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. If you go into history, we are discussing about the heaven and hell, right? That is the important part. What we are discussing. Hazrat Isa asked from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Anzil alayna ma'idatan minas sama. Oh Lord, like give us food from the sky, or reveal a food, whole set of food for us from the sky, right? So they are asking Allah send something for them. That is the position of Hazrat Isa and follow of Hazrat Isa. But if you see the position of Ahlul Bayt, Allah is sending angels at the door of the Ahlul Bayt to get the bread from there, food from them, to get to the paradise. So it's completely opposite side, you know. One side they are asking something from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to that become blessing for them. And something they are made by Ahlul Bayt is blessing for the angels that took from their home to deliver to them. That is one thing to remember, right? Other side, that is possibility. It is possible. So when something delivered from the house of Ahlul Bayt to the heavens, that is only happen at the time of the Prophet, Bibi Fatima, Imam Hassan, Imam Hussain. You cannot find the similar incident in the history in before the Ahlul Bayt or after the Ahlul Bayt, because Allah want to give that special status to the Ahlul Bayt. This one thing. So there is heaven, there is angels, they live somewhere. So where angels live or do something, there is some place called the heavens. Inshallah, today I'm going to, because I have very limited time, so let's go on our main subject. We are discussing about the heaven and hell. I'm going to, inshallah, from there today, I'm just talk about the heaven, inshallah, and give you some good detail about it. First thing, listen, heaven is not a small place. First thing, clear your concept. Heaven is so big, you cannot imagine even. I give you some detail about it. Our Imam said in the sum of ahadith, hell have 7 doors, right? But heaven have 8 doors. How many? 8. One more. Why? Because Allah's anger is less and His mercy is much higher than His anger. Allah is much more merciful than He punished someone. So Allah made one extra door for heaven, so more people can enter in the heaven. This one thing. And all doors are actually not close to each other. Sometimes we made like the heaven is small like the building. They have many doors from beginning to the end. They are very close to each other. Do you imagine what is the distance between one door to another door? 8 doors of the heavens are, each door have distance from one door to another door, 40 years of traveling time. How much traveling time? If you travel from one door to another door, you travel 40 years to reach to another door of the heaven. That means heaven is so big. Heaven is not a small place. Allah created a big heaven to all people live with their comfort and easiness, right? So Allah, this is one thing. When when Prophet went to the Miraj, Hazrat Jibreel asked from the Prophet, "Oh Prophet, read whatever written on the doors, so you can get some message for your people." And that's my message from today. Inshallah, every day I'm going to read the whatever written on the each door, so we can get some message from there. And each door message is very important for us. If we adopt that information and apply in our life, we get closer to the heaven. Or live good, peaceful life in this world. These whatever written on the heaven's door, they actually give us message to how live in this world, how we can live in this world, heavenly life. And then if we live a peaceful, good, successful life, heavenly life, we can go to the heaven after death. That is the message, right? Prophet start reading on each and every door. They've recorded, and I have an article, inshallah, I'm going to recite every day. All 8 doors have different message for us. And Prophet brought for us from the heaven to deliver to us, and we apply in our life. That is the message, inshallah, from here. Prophet started reading on first door. What was written? La ilaha illallah Muhammadar Rasulullah Aliyan Waliullah. On each and every door, that is a common phrase was written. So, if someone want to enter into paradise, the basic qualification is to believe in oneness of God, believe in the Prophet of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and believe in the wilayat of Ali ibn Abi Talib. Recite salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Then there is a message. After each and every door have the kalma. Every door have this like declaration of faith which we declare every day. Inshallah, I don't have much time. Inshallah, tomorrow if I get chance, I will tell you how many times you have to recite the kalma every day and what was the reason. As I told you in your class, if someone was not there, let me just remind it quickly. Before you wake up, right? As soon as you wake up, you have to recite the kalma, right? When you go to sleep, you recite the kalma. When you take the shower, you recite the kalma, right? You declare your faith. Declaration of faith is very important. What was the reason? Why you wake up and recite the La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah? Why you have to say that thing? Because when you go to your school, you have some type of like declaration, right? You have to first recite the, what we say, your oath of allegiance, right? The first, when you recite, what do you say? Then after that, what are you going to recite? You recite what I am going to do in my school, right? I am going to learn today. I am not going to be good behavior person. They think you have to recite the second promise from your teacher. So what you are going to do? What your purpose of coming here? So when we wake up, we recite our kalama. So remind ourselves, I am going to live my whole day or spend my whole day according to teaching of the Allah and the Sunnah of the Prophet and the Wilayat of Ali ibn Abi Talib. When you sleep, if I die, because we have to supposed to recite the kalama before the death. So if we sleep, we don't know if we're going to wake up or not. So before we fell asleep, we have to recite the kalama. So that become my slogan. So when I die as a believer. Let's say if someone declare recite the kalama before his death going to be written as a shahadat, or he going to be considered a true faithful person. Is help a lot to him. That is the one thing. But you see, the kalma is written on each and every door. Then is after a very good message. The message was that, which is main point of today's majlis. Write down somewhere. Keep in your mind. Maybe something if you are very young, you do not understand, but try to keep in your mind. So when you grow up, inshallah, it's going to help you a lot. If you want to have peaceful, good life, this message from there. Prophet brought for us when he went for Mi'raj. What is written on first door of the heaven? Written La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, Ali and Waliullah, and after that written, if you want to have a good, successful life, you have to perform these four things. Number one is qana'at, which means consignment, means you have to live your life with the minimum resources you have to satisfied with that. What is the qanaat means? Or consignment means? Consignment means you will live your life, whatever your resources you have. Sometimes people have lots of resources, but they do not have any satisfaction at all. They are always greedy for other things. They are always looking for more. And they never think whatever they have. They always look what they want more. When they look for what they want more, they destroy their whatever they have. They never thankful for whatever they have. They never thank to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah take their blessing from them. And they are not actually utilizing that. So first thing is qanaat. You have to be very much like the satisfied with whatever Allah gave you. And that is your compare. That's the reason we said you always look at the people, they have less than you. So you be thankful to Allah. If you look at the people, they are much richer and have more things than you, you never appreciate whatever Allah gave you. You always complain and always you want more, and that destroy your blessings. So this is one thing. I give you one very quick example and see. Recite salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Have a loud salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. So, when the qanaat is the one point, very important for our life. Without that, we cannot live the peaceful life. Second thing is there. They say you have to be substitute. Means say you live with the minimum uses of your resources. how you serve. It means like that whenever you have something, you have to use as much as you need. Do not waste your resources. If you start wasting your resources, you're going to be in trouble in future. Okay, what are resources we have? We have one resources, we have our time. If you waste our time, you're going to be in trouble in future. Invest your all resources properly, use properly. That is thing. It means utilize in proper way. Second thing is your money. If you waste your money, you're going to be in trouble. If someone wastes your money, they said he's going to be poor very soon. All the time you don't have the good economy. You have not like the good chance of same type of earning. You have to use your resources wisely and save something for the future. But saving with the Islamic way, right? After paying all the dues, you can save something which is blessed for you, and also because you see, we don't have all the time same health, same type of the job, same type of like the ability to earn at the time. Whatever you gain, you utilize, right? But you are young now, so you have to be understand that thing as you grow up. But this is the message written there. Therefore, you may utilize your resources wisely. Read more loud salat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Third thing is very important message. Is written on the door of heaven. The first door of heaven is written. You see, you have to remove the hatred from your heart for anyone. Bitterness. You say, you have to remove the hatred from your heart. You should not have the hatred for the mu'mineen, hatred for the good people. Sometimes we hate the people for no reason. But you have to hate something which are really bad. We hate the shaitan, we have to hate like the bad people. But sometimes we never hate the shaitan or bad people. We hate each other. We have jealousy, we hate like the other people. So if you have like the jealousy in your heart, you have hatred in your heart, that things actually stop your growth. You will think about bad things. You never like the help other people. If you have hatred in your heart for someone, right? If he is sick, you're not going to pray for him. If you need your help, you're going to deny your help to them, right? If he is seeking type of good advice from you, you're not going to give you right advice. And all the time, you are loser because you're going to lose your sawab, you're going to lose your benefits because due to this hatred, you're not going closer to each other. Allah said, all mu'mineen must live a good and healthy life with unity. If you are not united, Allah will not send His mercy to you. So if you want to live a healthy life, you have to be united. Unity only comes when we remove the hatred from our heart. If we have hatred in our heart, we're not going to be united. We're not going to be helpful to each other. We're not going to be give something good to the society. Fourth and final thing is written, which is last message for today, inshallah. And I give a small story if I get chance, and then we conclude. The fourth thing is written. You have to sit with the good people. Recite salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Means what is the meaning of sit with the good people? When you get chance, you have several times, you sit with your friends. Why? Because you want to talk with them. That's good, fine. You can sit with your friends. But sitting with your friends not give you much benefit. You're allowed to do it, but you have to spend some time with the good people. What type of good people you have to sit? The people, they are knowledgeable. They give you good advice. You can use their knowledge for your guidance. I read one hadith. I give you some like just a brief message from that hadith. If people sit with the different type of the people, they can get different type of idea and attributes or type of, we can see the akhlaq from them. And that is bad for them. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. I give you the example. If you sit with the kings or rulers, you get takabbur. That is thing you gain from them. Because that's thing that only deliver to the people. If you sit with the businessmen, they grab you toward the worldly things because they give you much more about what you have to buy, what you have to sell, what you have to gain. Sitting with them good, but not adopting much attribute from them. That's also wrong thing. But if you sit with the ulama or muttaqeen, they give you taqwa. If you sit with the ulama, they give you knowledge. They increase your knowledge. So this is necessary. You have to sit sometime with the knowledgeable person to receive good knowledge from them. And that good knowledge actually give you good guidance. So whatever written in on the first door of the heaven, written number 1, you have to do the qanaat, means assignment. You have to live your life with the less resources and complete satisfaction. If you're satisfied whatever resources you have, you're going to be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah increase His blessing and bounty to you. Number 2, you have to use your resources wisely. Do not waste your resources. You waste your resources, you're going to be poor in this world and hereafter. If you use your time or waste your time, then you're going to be poor in this world and poor in hereafter. 4 things is that you have to remove the hatred from your heart from the moment. You don't hate any mu'min, or always be nice and friend to them and always help each other. Because if you have hatred in the heart, you're not going to help this person. 4th and final thing is that sit with the good people. Why? Because if you sit with the bad people, they give you bad idea, they send you in wrong direction, and you're going to be loser. If you want to be successful, sit with a successful person. If you want to be a good educated person, sit with the educated person. They give you good idea and that give you right direction. So this is the main thing. Today you are sitting in the majlis, and this is the honor for us. You see, in the majlis you are not sitting with the ulama, but you're sitting with the Ahlul Bayt. When you come in the majlis, what we believe, we Fatima come in this majlis, Imam Alim come in the majlis, all Ahlul Bayt come in the majlis, they join us, and this is the very much respect for us. It's a great opportunity to utilize, to sit with them and gain some knowledge. Recite loud salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. So focus on these things. These things are very important. So, inshallah, if we go from here, I give you just some conclusion of today's majlis. What we are discussing? We are discussing first, I am giving you some reasons to believe Allah created the heaven and hell. Our Prophet saw himself and they brought some message. I gave you who are the closest to the heaven and who we are supposed to follow to get closer to the heaven, or go with them in the heaven. That was the point, and I made some good point about it. And final things, what message Prophet brought from the heaven for us to be follow and apply in our daily life to get into the heaven. That is the main point to keep in mind. But you see, tonight is the 4th day of the Mohurram, and I'm going to give you a short story about the Hur alayhi salam. Hur was a very brave person. Recite loud salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. One more loud salawat, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Hur was the chief of the army of Yazid, and Yazid sent him to bring the Imam Hussain to the Kufa and he was searching for Imam Hussain with his 1,000 soldiers. How many? So 1,000 soldiers were with him, and they were looking for Imam Hussain because Imam Hussain already left the Makkah. He was heading toward the Kufa. In between this way, the Hur was looking for Imam Hussain, and close to the Kufa, he found Imam Hussain. But due to this long search, he was out of his resources. His water was already used, and he cannot find any more water. So he was extremely thirsty. When he found the Imam Hussain, he found in the position all his soldiers and all his animals were with him. They were extremely thirsty. Extremely thirsty. They were close to death. The Imam, he captured the Imam. In the way, he stopped the Imam and asked Imam he's supposed to go with him. Imam said, okay, we're going to talk about it, but I'm looking at your face. You are so much thirsty. All soldiers are very much thirsty, and all the animals are thirsty. We have the plenty of water, so let us serve you first, and they will discuss. And Imam ordered Hazrat Abbas, Ali Akbar, and Honor Muhammad to bring down all the water, start serving the soldiers first. Imam gave water to her and gave water to all the soldiers one by one. Then Imam asked, when all the soldiers are feeded properly, then you are supposed to put the water in front of the animal. Like what Imam suggests, Imam know the psychology of animal. Imam know the psychology of human being. So Imam said, when you put the water in front of the animal, don't take out immediately. Wait until they lift their head twice, because animal never drink their water in one sip of one like drinking. They always lift their head, then put again and drink again, then they are actually satisfied. So Imam gave them order to give them enough water so they can come out from the thirst. That happened. Hazrat Ali Akbar, Muhammad Qasim, and all the Imam's family members, they served the whole army. And then Imams asked, this is a time of prayer. Are you going to pray behind me? Or are you going to pray by yourself? Say, Maulana, you are the Imam, I'm going to pray behind you. You see, he's the enemy. He's coming for searching the Imam, who is declaring the truthfulness of the Imam, the righteousness of the Imam. He said, no, you are a son of the Prophet, the grandson of the Prophet. So I have to pray behind you. And he prayed with Imam Hussain. You see, these are things actually change his mind. When Hur was in his camp, his tent, in night of Ashura, on night of 9th Mohurram, and his servant brought food and water for him and left in his tent. But after some hours, he came in the tent to take the food, like the use utensils with him. But he found food is intact without touching is there, or did not and touch the water and food, and he was just walking in the tent. So his servant asked him, "Oh, my master, you are a very brave soldier. Are you afraid of from tomorrow's like the fight? So you are not eating food, you are not drinking water?" He said, "No, I am not afraid of fighting or tomorrow's battle. But let me tell you why I am not drinking water, I am not eating food. Come close to me." And they went close to the tent of Imam Hussain, and he asked to hear what you are hearing right now, what type of voice is coming out from the tent of Imam Hussain. And what he found, and his servant found, he found the voice are coming, Alatash, Alatash. You say when the grandchildren of Queen Fatima are thirsty, grandchildren of Prophet Muhammad Imam Ali are thirsty, how can I eat? How can I drink? He was remembering, when I was thirsty, my soldiers were thirsty, they are very close to death. Imam Hussain gave the water to us. Today, how can I justify myself when I cannot help Imam Hussain? He was waiting until the sun rise or the morning star. So until dawn. As soon as he found the sunlight is coming out, he asked his son to tie his hand, because this is sign of a prisoner, a person who is sinner. He did wrong things. So he said, tied my hands and eyes blindfold me, because I cannot face the Imam Hussain in this position, and give me a sword so I can go toward the Imam and ask for forgiveness. After doing this, because Hur was caused to bring Imam Hussain in the Karbala, so he was so guilty for that. So he was asking to go in the way he can truly repent or ask for forgiveness for Imam Hussain. As soon as Imam was waiting for Imam, no, he going to come. So Imam was waiting for him, and when Imam was waiting, as soon as he saw some dust is coming out from the tent of Yazid, Imam sent Hazrat Abbas and Hazrat Ali Qasim, go and bring my guest to me. Imam not only waited there, he sent someone to receive Hur and bring to him. Hur came close to Imam Hussain, he put his head on the feet of Imam Hussain. Imam Hussain lifted him up and hugged him. When Imam hugged him, he was crying. He asked, "Oh my master, I am your sinner. I brought you here. I really committed great crime. But you are the son and grandson of the merciful Prophet. Your mercy is great. So can you pardon me? Can you forgive my sin?" And Imam said very beautiful thing. Al-Hur, O Hur, Anta Hurun fit dunya wal akhirah. Hey Hur, you are not only free in this world, but you are going to free in hereafter too. I forgive your sin, and also my Lord, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, going to forgive your sin. So Hur was so much pleased with these things. But Imam started crying. This is the very crucial point, you see. Imam started crying. Imam said, "Oh Hur, I am so sorry. I am really cannot serve you. One day you came as an enemy to me. You came to me to capture me, right? But I gave you water. I served you with the food and water. But today you came to me as a guest, as a friend, but I have no resource. I have no water, no food to serve you. This is really very much shocking for me. I cannot give you any food or water. I cannot serve you today because we have no water in our tent." "Oh no, yes Maulana, I know you have no water, but I need one favor from you. I brought you here, and I know by doing these things, I hurt your mother's heart. I made your mother really feel bad. So I really like to feel how a mother and father feel when their son are in trouble, when they are in situations. So, oh my master, give me a favor. Give the permission to my son to die in front of me." Imam said, "You are my guest. How can I give you permission to your son to die?" He said, "No, Maulana, I want only one thing, to please favor me and give permission to my son to go and fight from your side." Imam had no choice. Imam said, "Okay, I give permission to your son to go and fight from our side." Hussain was very young. He got permission from Imam. Imam helped him to mount on the horse. He went to the battlefield and started fighting with the Yazid army. He was fighting very bravely, but suddenly what he saw the son was surrounded by the army because he was alone, and the army of Yazid was attacking from all the sides. As they are attacking, he cannot like the fight with the many people alone himself, so he was wounded and fell down. When he was falling down from horse, he shouted for help. As soon as he shouted for help, the Hur was ready to reach to his son to help in this moment. But Hur was very fast. He was reaching close to his son. Before he reached to his son, what he found, Imam already present next to his son. He is not only reached before the Hur, but is holding the head of the son of Hur on his lap. He was sitting on the ground and keeping the head of the Hur son on his lap. Look in his eyes, because he saw this is the last moment for Hussain. Hussain going to die. But he was looking in the eyes of Imam Hussain so he can feel comfort. Imam did all these things. Help each and every shaheed to feel comfortable before his death because he's close to the Imam Hussain. And as soon as Hur saw his son is close to death, he was just lifting his sleeves, getting ready for the body of Hur son to carry toward the tent. But Imam saw that thing, he was activity. Imam saw he's getting ready to do something. He asked Hur, "What are you doing? You see, my son is close to death. He's going to die soon. When he's going to die, I'm supposed to carry his body to the tent." And Imam said a very best thing at the time. He said, "Oh Hur, you never heard that thing? My grandfather said, whenever a young youth or young son died from someone's family, the parents supposed to be stay away. Other people help them and carry their body so they feel comfortable. They don't feel bad while they're carrying their own son by their own hand. So Hur, we are here. We're going to do this service. We're going to take your son's body to the tent. You should not help that thing in this thing. You should not carry your son's body by yourself. Hussain died." And immediately Imam Hussain lifted the body of Hussain. Hazrat Abbas and Muhammad and other like the family members were there. They're helping Imam Hussain salam to bring the body toward the tent. And they did their thing. But I said, Maula, this is the morning time when Hussain is dying and you are close to him and many people are helping to bring the body of Hussain to the tent. But what is going to happen when in afternoon, when all the people going to die before your death and Ali Akbar going to be get the permission from you, and when he going to be hurt badly in his chest and he going to die in battlefield, there was no Abbas, no Ali Akbar, no Muhammad. You was alone. You're going to be alone in the battlefield and you're going to carry your son's body toward the tent. I'm going to ask her the tell at the time come and tell the same thing to the Imam Hussain. Oh my master, how can an old father carry the young son's body toward the tent and there's no one can help him to bring the young Ali Akbar to the tent with the Imam Hussain. Say, Alim alladhina zalamu ayyaman qalbin yanqalibun. Allahumma rzuqna imanan sadiqa wa lisanan dhakira wa qalban khashi'a wa badanan sabira wa ilman nafi'a wa amalan mutaqabbala wa rizqan wasi'a wa zawjatan salihah.